Right.
This bill. It's a simple bill. It's a common sense bill. It's a local bill. I've had involvement in one local bill before, which was the bill that's given us the Wellington Town Bell, which was sponsored by the Honourable Grant Robertson. And so I want to congratulate the Honourable Simon Watts for getting this bill to the House. So well done on the work that's obviously taken to get us to this point. Mr. Speaker, the Takapuna Boating Club here has a problem which is in common with many community and sports clubs right around the country, and that is the difficulty, the challenge of maintaining club rooms and other assets with often a limited financial base and a limited volunteer base. This particular building is clearly in need of a lot of support, and I take the points that have just been made by the previous speaker, that this building is potentially going to be quite challenging, and I hope they can get there. We'll come back to that in just a moment. But the key point, Mr. Speaker, is that being able to bring a commercial activity and to be able to get some revenue to support the maintenance of a building, to be able to get greater use into that building, and to be able to help with the maintenance of that building is something which is shared right across the country for so many clubs and societies and sports organisations. The problem which is different here is that this boating club is subject to an Act of Parliament. I don't think that many sports clubs are in that invidious position, and that prevents commercial activity occurring. What this bill is about is to allow commercial activity as a subsidiary, a limited activity, sitting underneath, if you like, community activity. Mr. Speaker, I'm still involved in a number of different clubs as either a chair or as a patron of a number of them, and for one of those clubs we brought in a cafe operation, and we did that deliberately. It took us a bit of work to get it through the Reserves Act process because there are limitations there as well, and it was subsidiary to the main focus, which was for sporting organisations, but it really helps with finance, with maintenance, making a place a centre for a community as opposed to a place which is simply open for a couple of days a week, and it also it's actually a deliberate move to make sure that a building is well utilised, and I think that is a very sensible thing to do, and so that is a very sensible thing to do in this circumstance as well for the Takapuna Boating Club. I do note that the Boating Club will undoubtedly, with the work that it's got to do, which we just heard about, be subject to planning and other land use restrictions. All I can say is that I hope that they are not too onerous, and if they are too onerous, probably we should be thinking about whether we can make them easier and smoother for not only for them but for other organisations. It's a beautiful spot, Mr. Speaker. It's very close to the marina. I'm sure that if they're able to get the building sorted out, it will go very, very well. New Zealand First believes in supporting and empowering, which is what this bill is all about, our communities, and that is not just true in this circumstance, but also in so many other circumstances where people have great ideas to make our community better, to make our economy better, and I would just say to this House that we need to be empowering all of them right across our society, because that is the way that we will make, if I might use the pun in this particular case, make the boat go faster. I commend this bill to the House.
Tonight from Andy.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the Karori sport, whatever it is, the sport, because there's a cafe at the Karori Park at the end of Karori Road.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that's where he was originally a councillor for, if you delve right back into history, when before Onslow Western, when there was an Onslow ward and a Western ward, he was part of the Western ward that was there before they merged it into Onslow Western as we know it now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that Andy said too is that community buildings for the community. Okay, I love that language right there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's like, okay, commercial operations don't necessarily need to be all about profit, right?
No.
They can also be about serving the community.
And it's about providing local jobs.
Yeah, again, it's like 2 for 2 from Andy tonight.